What's good, TikTok? First, I want to say shout out to Wolf86, huge fan, and it's your slogan, so this is my shout out before I express my political opinion. For those that aren't following him, throw him a fucking follow. The guy is fucking real as shit, man. So now let's get to the point. It's both serious and comical. So part 1, facts first. So a guy asked me today what I think of the coronavirus. I'm going to tell you guys what I told him, and I'm going to read it off. And keep in mind, this is in regards to Canada. And this is a guy who reached out to me on Instagram. This is what I said. I think in regards to Trudeau's policies and not restricting flights from China like other countries that have been taking precautions, it creates a serious problem, and there's already outbreaks in Calgary, Alberta. The virus itself is man-made and is a new strain of SARS, and this virus is meant to benefit big pharmaceutical companies at the same time create widespread panic, hence you idiots buying large quantities of toilet paper. Of all things! This could be seen by Canadians as a means of further affecting the Canadian economy, which is why Trudeau hasn't restricted flight. See for part 2. Now here's my part 2. While pharmaceutical companies would benefit, the rest of businesses are actually affected, and the amount of confirmed deaths from the virus itself are actually not that many in comparison to other things more serious. In fact, more than 4,613 people have died and over 126,000 have been infected globally according to the WHO. About 68,000 victims have recovered according to Johns Hopkins University, which is tracking the virus. Also, it's mainly affected older adults and people of any age with underlying health conditions such as diabetes, lung disease, or heart disease are at greater risk of severe illness from COVID-19, also known as coronavirus, which you probably already know. Symptoms include fever, cough, shortness of breath. Now, based on these facts, COVID-19 plays into other political standpoints that I have that I'll get into later in regards to Canada. But for now, I'm going to say this virus is not that serious right now. In fact, measles outbreak killed around 200 million people, and y'all still don't vaccinate your kids. Now this is a sub-part of what I'm getting into. Jason Kenney has put forth a bill that scraps the carbon tax placed on Albertans in regards to the economy. It's still going to shit, jobs are being lost, investors and analysis have pulled out of Canada. One of the big timers, Warren Buffett, left knowing investments in LNG are going nowhere in Canada. Trudeau is making sure that the processes that will directly help the Albertan economy in retrospect of our energy sector are not being taken seriously. And as long as he stands against our energy sector, it's going to continue to worsen. Meanwhile, he is wasting Canadian tax dollars to help other economies in the world, especially in regards to their energy sectors, and billions of that money is unaccounted for. And Canada at the moment, because of the Russian and Saudi Arabian oil war, Canada will be the first to get pushed into a major recession. The most we can do is prepare for the crash, since Canadian oil companies have already taken massive hits. And if you take a look at the facts in regards to federal debt in Canada, Trudeau has created the most debt in regards to history for the prime ministers that have not experienced a world war or an economic downturn. Now, before I get more into my political rant, I want to encourage Canadians to use my hashtag that I just created. It is called PatriotsoftheFall. And this is for anyone in Canada that wants to voice their opinion on what is going on today in regards to Canadian politics. Now, this is a warning. This is about to get really fucking heated. The facts show Trudeau is the only Canadian Prime Minister to drive the Canadian economy into a major recession. And from 2015 to 2019, he raised the federal debt by 5.6%. So while these idiots claim that Harper was so bad, they failed to realize that at the end of his fiscal year, he gained a surplus and faced the 2008 financial crisis that the rest of the world faced, which was the worst crisis since the Dirty 30s. Trudeau, on the other hand, has pushed Canada directly into a recession and was the only Prime Minister to create the most debt in retrospect of the three that created debt that didn't face an economic global recession. Also, he plans to double down on his irresponsible ways of managing not just your economies, but our country as a whole. Foreign aid, immigration policies, you name it. This is before all the sideways deals going on today that do not benefit Canada, so if he is still in play for the next 4 years, say bye-bye, because this debt will be projected at 15% in regards to his irresponsibility with managing money in regards to our country. Now this is a sub-part 3. To add, the rest of Canadians continue to pay for Quebec's privilege, which shows in the numbers. They've been leeching off the success of other provinces for years, which is why their economy thrives while the rest of Canada is burnt to the ground. Trudeau doesn't give a shit about the rest of the Canada. Did you hear his speech when he was first coming into play? Yo, we're Quebecers, because we're the best. Go fuck yourself, you fucking idiot. I've worked with real Quebecers, and you're nothing more than a fucking imposter, you piece of shit. In fact, $11.7 billion was received in Quebec last year, and this year, even though he is tanking our economy and our country as a whole, they are expected to receive $13.1 billion, which directly shows why the rest of Canada is pissed off at this imposter. The rest of the Canada. You know what I meant. Want to know how much Alberta receives in regards to equalization payments? 0. He makes it harder for our pipelines to pass in regards to legislature. Bill C-69. Now this is my last political vid of the night. The coronavirus is not as serious as people claim it is. In the same respect, it is serious. And the reason why is in regards to everything that I've already told you guys, if you can read between the lines. Just like the government controls all sporting events, concerts, jobs, colleges, medical facilities, whether or not you can leave your house, has depleted resources such as toilet paper and food, and controls all travel. And you guys wonder why they develop and use viruses to scare the public. They now control you and everything about your life. See how easy that was? Mass panic, hysteria, complete control of literally the world over a virus, one, that the survival rates are extremely high. All freedom has been limited overnight, and that's how easy it was. In regards to Trudeau, it's just more of a reason for you guys to support what I've said in previous videos. It's just another means to break down our economy, the Canadian economy. In regards to the coronavirus, I'd shake your hand, but due to the lack of toilet paper, I probably have shit on it. Dude, I just perfected the joke that I made earlier. I don't always wipe my ass with shit, but when I do, it's Trudeau's face on toilet paper. Dos Equis. Stay true, my Canadian patriots.